Hey everyone, welcome to episode 17 of the Resonant Blade Devlog series. Sorry it's been so long, but there's plenty of new things to show you all, and also an updated demo version of the game to check out. For the new demo, I added in the intro area where the Ionian forces are leading an assault on the synth headquarters. There's also the holo hints and some new dialogue to check out that hopefully explain the game mechanics a little more clearly than before. Also, since it's been a long time since the last devlog, there's a lot of updates to get through, so I'll be hitting on most of this stuff kinda quickly. I worked on some of the new player abilities, also called triads. These moves can be performed by charging up the Resonant Blade, by parrying enemy attacks, or striking resonant stones. The resonant stones are a new type of object that provide an alternative way for the player to charge up their blade. I made a Sonic Pulse ability a long time ago, which has since been renamed to Sonic Slam. But I finally went back to it and added a player animation and some more visual effects for it. During the jump part of the animation, time is slowed down some and the player is invulnerable. This move also deals significant damage to enemies with a matching or consonant tone, and also does a knockback effect on all enemies. The Phase Shifter is a unique ability that shifts the resonant tone of nearby enemies to whatever tone you have equipped, making them much easier to deal with. The Harmonic Shield is a defensive ability that protects the player from incoming ranged and melee attacks. For matching or consonant tones, the player will take no damage and absorb the attack to charge their weapon. For dissonant tones, the player will take half the damage that they normally would. There's also a new shield HP bar that I added to the heads-up display. And speaking of the heads-up display, I also made it to where the health and energy bars now show movement towards their current value instead of going there instantly. Another ability that I only started to implement is the hoverboard. I just thought this would be a cool way for the player to move around the world. Right now it's just a basic animation and an increase in movement speed, but I'll work on the rest of its functionality later. I added a lot more sound effects into the intro area and some throughout the other scenes. I also finished up some new background music for the intro area that helps add to the urgency of the scene. I also finished up the crawler enemies, adding in a death animation and the sound effects for them. They now break into pieces when they're destroyed, just like the sword fighter and sniper enemies. In areas where enemies spawn, I made a fade-in effect so they don't just instantly appear. I've also been working on some visual cues and feedback for the player. To make it easier to react and parry the sniper's shot, I added in a particle charge effect right before the shot is fired. I also threw in some animations that appear when picking up coins and health drops. These add a little more polish and help let the player know that they've picked something up. At the end of the intro scene, I added in another short escape scene when your ship retreats back to Ionia. This scene will be different depending on if you choose to help the soldier and pilot from the previous scene. Alright, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time.